Another important component of an agile system are policies. Policies is that element that helps the business requirement to be translated into technical requirements. Since a couple of years, we established a strong collaboration with Saviynt that is recognized by Gartner, Cole, and Forrester among the leaders. And through this series of videos, we would like to show you how Saviynt is working. Hi, my name is Mauro Arderosa. I'm a cybersecurity expert and specialized in identity and access management, and I work for the company Saviynt. In this specific video, we will see how policy could be configured, and I remind you that the policies are this technical component that help to translate business into technical requirements. We will see how we can create them, etc., how we can customize, and which are the policies that are already offered by the platform. Moreover, we will see how, in order to translate to the business requirement, how we can use policies and create our custom workflows, also to enable us to show to business how, in a practical view, a process is put in place.
To understand how the access requests are working, let's see where we left during the last video. So we access the security systems. We open one doesn't matter which Active Directory, for example, and we can see that each configuration specifies us which are the workflow that we want to put in place. We have several options that Saviynt is proposing by default. These are equally valid for the access to add or to remove. And this means that I may, on the creation of my identity, automatically will be provided the access to an application, or it will be removed once I'm not anymore belonging to the application. The request for the application could also be done from the main page, where a user will connect to access for a request, for example, or could also verify which are the existing access or the one pending. So the person, our user Mauro, could start to access for a request. It could be for himself, etc., for someone else, and it could be an application or a role. And these are all the stuff that are already the objects that are being configured. How it will look like? I can also ask for one of my colleague asking for an application. Here I may have Adams. I go here and I may start the enrollment for an application. Here depends whatever it could be. The same is applying for other things. Now these are part of the basic access approval workflow that are provided. So it could be that I can ask for myself or I can ask for another person. I can receive automatically the object or receive upon request, and the approval could be forwarded to a manager or to a person that is automatically designed to provide me this access. And as mentioned before, from here, from the main page, I could see, for example, if there are some requests that are still pending and I'm still waiting that my manager is running for an approval or anything like this. The workflows are really powerful tools in Saviynt, and let's see how to create one. So we go in admin, workflow, and we will see how to access. So we go here, we create a new workflow. This is a test workflow approval. We will configure, and as any workflow flow chart, we go here. We will start with a start. So we made imagine how to put this scenario. We may have, for example, manager approval. Let's leave by default. This is just a simplification. We know that every time the start there is non-conditional, so every time we go here, and after, based on some stuff, we may decide some condition like how to proceed in one way or the other. And keep in mind, this is only a test. So in the case, the manager will automatically reject. The action that will be taken will be a rejected access, and the workflow will end. So here we will go in this way, reject me, and these will be connected in this way. On the other hand, if the the manager may approve, we may want to go through an additional things, for example, to go for a condition. So this is a conditional approval. Here we may need to enter a condition, for example, evaluate the entitlements. So this will be in the positive condition, and we could, just to simplify, we could grant the access granted, and this will, let's put by simplification, both positive and negative will go in the same. Here we will arrive to an end, and if everything is correct, the workflow will be accepted. So we will save it and send for approval. So we will see that here we have a pending approval test. What will happen in this case? We will go to the workflow approval, and we will take this one for the approval and we'll make as accepted and say that I validated the following workflow. Now we will see that going back to the security system, we will take again the Active Directory, for example, and we will see that for add we will be able to check our new workflow approval. And of course you need to imagine that this is the logic that you could put behind a workflow could be quite different, and we could have add several different kind of complexity, including SOD, including two-step approval, two-step validation, and so on.
Well, this concludes this video. If you may have any question, don't hesitate to contact me. I will be happy to reply. I remind you that Saviynt is the only ISC2 official training provider in Switzerland, and since many years we are helping cybersecurity professionals to get their certification. See you on the next video. Bye.